welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Insight Reviews. This video is going to be about the Chapter 6 review of Think Again by Adam Grant, Bad Blood on Diamond. Okay, these content on this videos are Bad Blood on Diamond, Hate Me Out at the Board Game, Hypothesis, Not in a League of Their Own, Hypothesis, Feeling for Our Voice, Hypothesis, Beasts of Habit, Entering a Parallel Universe, How a Black Musician Comforts White Supremacists. Talking about the Bad Blood on Diamond, this tells about diminishing the prejudice by destabilizing the stereotypes. Stereotype of the people who are like they're more engaged to their own perceptions and all. One of the best example is the Dairy Davis who influenced the Ku Klux Klan, who are responsible for killing the black people. Okay, they don't value the black people at all. They were like they don't have enough brain, then they don't know how to work and all. Then this Dairy Davis helped by engaging in conversation with one guy, and it helped to break the overconfidence cycle and to step in. MBA Wizards and Drag Dragons. Grand Dragons are one of the worst ones, which caused a crisis to the black people. Then you can notice that the people hate when they are more bounded towards one team or something. Like Hate Me Out of Ball Game. Then there is a competition between Boston and Yankees. And this the children are thought to do the same. Some root for the Yankees, whereas other root for Boston. And there was a time that Yankees was one of the most hated one, like T-shirts printing and everything, in which they do like that. So in order to overcome this, you need to have rethinking. Then you need to support or be rooting towards one thing when you know that eventually it's the one of the best thing. Then in this world, the rivalries exist everywhere in the world. One of the best examples is Puma and Adidas. Both started from footwear and so many things like shops, malls, dresses, and everything started opening. Then these stereotypes sticks towards their belief and their system. So once they kicks in to the mind and the brain, and they're like, whatever happens, this will the only thing they will use and they will support. And this causes separations and fight over them. One of the reasons for competition on in the world is this itself. Then fitting in and standing out, people see adversity with other groups. Then this human society judges people by their status and their belongings. One of the most factor which influence every person is the environment in which they arise and the tribe or the thing they comes from. Then in school, you can see that some students will be having forming groups regarding these people are this team, then other are that team, like that. These type of people get influenced. Like if the team of one people, for example, one of the best example I will say, if you love cricket, then there are championship ICIC World Cups between India and England. So probably Indians will love the Indian team and the Englands will love the England team, and there will be fan fight over those things, and some will blame one person if the team doesn't play well. So this has been common in schools, colleges, and everywhere. And when they win, they show swags like we are in the things of that team, then we are in the caps, we are in the dress, so many things, and they boo at the losers team. This has been going for ages. So in this book, there is a hypothesis which says about not in a league of their own. This tells people are not in their own. This has been noticed when astronauts went to the outer space. I mean, they left the Earth. Then they kept on rethinking what's happening across the world, and they felt more feelings towards the people on here on Earth. So they focused less on the individual happiness and started giving happiness to others. That's what I'm saying, the instant global consciousness, that how they can improve the life of others. Then they started hating others who just started spoiling things and started helping humans who are suffering. And this tells about feelings of voice. It has been noticed that there are stereotype people all over the world. The stereotype people are, like as you can see in the figure, there is some scientist telling the woman that there is some modifications to be made in the journal she has submitted, and she is like, he's making fun of her. But that's the thinking process and stereotype that I'm saying. Like everyone will have this different perceptions to match with the one. uh, you need to find the person itself. If you find the person who understands you, you will feel real comfortable. Like the way the person is saying to her, it tells if it feel like a comment to her, and she will feel like, oh my god, this person is shouting at me or telling me in the wrong way. Maybe he was went through the struggles like that. Then in the below figure you can see that the person is saying about the status, like they need money, then games and travel, cars, etc., whereas the woman is more inclined towards love, then their fashion, then ice creams, then rings, jewelries, makeups, going to movies. This is what I'm saying. Every person will have different perceptions. When you match with the same person, that's how you get a beautiful life in this world. So one of the way our author did this was by providing interactive workshop, where they find equally like-minded people, then they form a bond which will last a lifetime. Then they notice one of the biggest thing is hard to change a person who is not open towards the changes which is happening in the world. So one of the best thing to do is to find the people who you will get comfortable with and push both to get into higher self. Then it has been noticed that Israel and Palestinians and the crisis has still been going on. Then about Beast of Habits, as I told, Yankees and Bostons, these haters in both clubs, both hates each other, and people started seeing them as a whole team. Those who support Yankees don't support Boston. Like they will contradict with each other whenever they say something. When Yakins win, the other team take it as a personal insult, whereas only the team is lost. It's just a game, but they don't agree it. Then when the other team lose, the winning team will feel like a personal compliment for them, just because that team has won. This has been going in football, then soccer, so many things. So it has been competing in the whole world itself. So in short, we need to make habits that makes us who we are, like helping others, getting fit, finding new job, enjoying life, losing weight, joining a gym, going for a trip. With those who loves to go for trip, then saving money. As I told you, you need to find love and to find the person with whom you can interact comfortable, and be the one who chooses you. And I'll tell about entering the parallel universe. As I told, there is counterfactual thinking in which how different circumstances leads to different situations in life. So we need to use our own thought process to differentiate between which is good for us and which is not good for us. So as I told, everyone will have their own belief system, and each person will have their own circumstances and their own opinions, and this is what makes them who they are. We can't change a person to make that person similar to what we require in our head, because that is the thing which makes them them. So then author also tells about the astrology science description. Like in the west, it has been noticed that the Scorpio has been hated and the China Virgo sign has been hated, but all these things are like not actually good. Then it will vary from person to person, and the other tells stop being arrogant while learning everything, and stop getting into overconfidence whenever you learn something, because you only know very minute portion of what's happening actually in the world. So it's not like you know every burden which is happening in the world. So just relax. Then, as I told you, Daryl, who had influences the KKK and made 200 people to move from this clan and join and took black people as a good people. He changed the perception of the black people, like saying there existed black people. He is a popular singer, so they agree that they didn't knew much about these people. That's what I'm saying. It's the environment and the people who are influencing you, which is making you what you are. So everyone should see in from their own eyes, and this goes unnoticed. So you need to rethink about every situation that's happening in your life. That is how you will survive in the world. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Do subscribe for more updates.